and over. Still well and truly in this game, and one wicket could change things, bring out a new batter. So on drive up to mid-on, there's no run. As the ball hits the stumps with a throw, good throw, but didn't really seem necessary. So I reckon we've got a little group of about 25 Nepal fans. That's a deep point. I didn't guess. Although it's close, maybe you can count them down the live stream. Clapping away.
Getting the party started, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing very well. I think one of them's playing some tunes out of his speaker and they're clapping along. Good to see. And Richardson's come back into the bowling when he started very well.
Yeah, impressive 4-dot balls. Been good. Lengths have been good. Pace has been good. Rhythm looks really, really good. So yeah, overall good start to his second spell.
He's hit a hard length consistently. And now we'll see how Patel deals with a few dots in a row. How he's dealt with any pressure so far this game is calmly, and then he's hit a good shot for 4. Let's see how he copes. He's going to look for a single this time. It's going to be close. Another sign that every little bit of pressure Jersey builds might bring something. It's definitely having a slight impact on the Nepal batters. Two batters that are set. They won't want to face too many dot balls in these middle overs as they are about to tick over the halfway mark. 122 for 1. Shouts of encouragement for Rico. Halfway through his run now. Off the outside edge. I thought there was a noise for a moment. A couple of claps from the keeper and appreciation, and hands on heads for George Richardson. Brilliant, brilliant over. Goes for just 1. He's got the 1 wicket so far today, and that last delivery was brilliantly executed. 122 for 1.
Yeah, great to see. Started really well, finished really well. Great lines, great lengths. Impressive start to that second spell. 25 for 1 off his 6 overs so far. And it's a different challenge again to the Nepali batsmen. They're going to have to deal with some pace coming on.
Yeah, they certainly are, and I reckon we might see a change of bowling from this end too. Greenwood bowled 1 or 2 overs from the far end. Will be returning on from this one now. Be good to get a nice little picture of the full scorecard, because Nepal are in a great position. Bowlers have rotated. They built up pressure at times, but just haven't quite got the breakthrough. Nepal sitting 122 for 1. Are in a very, very strong position. Here we go. There's the scorecard. That's the story so far. 25 overs gone. Kushal Patel is batted with the ultimate class. 66 off 78. Asif Sheikh was the man to go for 16. Brilliant full Yorker from George Richardson. And he's just come back on and started brilliantly with an over just going for 1. Right, into the second half of this innings for Nepal. Here's Greenwood. Continues with his off spin and a dot to start off.
I think this is a better end for me for the off spinner, bowling into the wind. I think he's going to cause some problems from this side.
Might accentuate the drift. This has been mowed out towards deep mid wicket. It's going to land in the gap and skip over the boundary rope for 4. Poor man out there, Carl Lyon, again has to pick up another ball from the boundary. What are your thoughts on that, Kasim?
Some intent shown, but just as we were just speaking about, bowling into the wind from an off-spinner's perspective, another repertoire that can help you out. That held up for a long time.
Yeah, into the wind, that shot. His top edge, this sweep is going out towards short third man. It's just bounced in front of him. And a chance is going to come for Jersey here. They've got to stay. They've got to keep at it. As the wind and rain starts to pick up, Greenwood is causing some issues with the drift.
Yeah, and I'm not sure whether we missed a signal from the dugout here to get on with it. I'm not sure.
battered into the offside. What has this halfway point done? I think Nepal are almost thinking that if they keep going at this rate, 250 almost won't be enough for them. They won't be content. It feels like straight after a drinks break. It's all happened. Another sweep shot. Samaroa gets a good stop on it. He gets a good hand. Carline comes in, prevents the second run. As the rain begins to patter down with a little bit more strength. Real angle of the rain, you know, on a windy day where the rain sort of comes in almost at a 45-degree angle, really blowing across the ground here. This one's a bit fuller. Played out towards Jonty Janner. It feels like if Greenwood can maybe chuck a few temperatures a little bit above the eye line, these two batters, they're wanting to go after it, and there's been a couple of top edges in that over. Well, that concludes it. 129 for 1 after 26.
Yeah, fantastic over from Greenwood. Good to come back. Obviously leaked a boundary in there, but that's okay. That's the one that stayed in the air for a long period of time. Slight half chance. There's been a miscue in there as well. A couple of singles from the batters, and they're really looking to take the off spinner on. So interesting signs, but definitely on from the right end from my perspective.
So often that an off spinner can the ball drifting past the bat. This is short. It's uppercut. It's coming towards the commentary box. And it's just hit the bottom edge of the sight screen. I thought I was in action there for a minute.
You nearly set off.
Came roaring past us. Bashard not able to cut it off. It was well out of his reach. Shocking short ball there from George Richardson. Well played from Batel. Uppercut for 4. Moves on to 76. I thought there from Inikaz.
Too much in front of me to get past, I reckon.
Oh, playing a miss. Again, George Richardson. It feels like he's come up on almost a different bowler. Yes, took a wicket in the first spell, but it feels like he's a changed man. He's bowling very, very nicely.
Yeah, this great rhythm, pace, exactly what you want from the fast bowler. It's good energy at the crease, good length, brilliant, brilliant to see.
It's just got a little bit chillier here at Grainville. Richardson bounds in. Good length and cracked out to cover. Another shot from Patel where he stands tall, throws the hands as our camera operator seeks shelter. Richardson posing the right questions. As the flags aren't quite fluttering with quite as much wind. 3 flags up there at the minute. Richardson's in, draws the edge. It doesn't carry through to keeper Dumford, who we've been very impressed by here in the commentary tent.
Yeah, very active keeper. I think he's just taken off his arm as he's rubbing. Bim seems to be rubbing his left arm. Maybe he's come off his arm there, and that would probably explain why the ball's sort of pitched short going en route to the keeper.
That's a good point. Took out the pace of the delivery there. Just been kitted out with a jersey quarter zip. Back of a length. This one's coming closer towards us. Great uppercut. Excellent effort from Charles Bouchard, but he can't quite get it. Skipping along this now slightly skiddy, damp outfield. Great effort from him. But Richardson, he's bowled a couple of quick bouncers, but they've been put away with class by these two batters.
Yeah, and a great effort from the skipper there, racing away to the boundary, threw himself down to try and stop that ball. Really unlucky in the process, but a fantastic cricket shot and a T20 shot to explain the skills. But he had the pace and he had the trajectory on there.
So often we see that style of shot from the young Suryavanshi. This one whipping just over mid-wicket, not too far above his head. It's now in hot pursuit as it skips over the boundary rope for 4. And 4 more to Bim Sharkey as he's beginning to really get into this knock. 3 boundaries from that George Richardson over. Not a lot wrong with it, but it's been duly punished. Nepal 142 for 1. And these two now really getting into their innings. Kushal on 77. Sharky moves to 39. He's starting to just pick up his scoring rate. I think we're going to get a change of attire from our co-commentator as well. You're listening to Charlie Harden and Qasim Ali, former Kuwait head coach, to provide analysis, and he's made a couple of brilliant calls already. And now we're going to see Greenwood continue. Now, we've been talking about this a little bit recently. With the off-spin from this end, the wind is coming from right to left as the bowler looks down the pitch. And the drift off-spinners get brings the ball in the air towards the left-hand side. And especially on pitches that might not be quite as receptive to spin, that drift can often bring the ball skidding past an outside edge when a batter might be expecting a little bit of turn back in towards the stump. So if Greenwood can get his line right here, we could be seeing a little bit of extra challenge for the batters. Now, Laugh has come in the ring. Deep cover is out. There's also 2 out on the deep square leg boundary, one slightly in front of square and one backward. Also a long on as well, which this punch finds as a plane flies off in the distance from the Jersey airport. Wasn't on the eyes on that one. Greenwood stands at the top of his mark. Into the pitch, and the open face of the bat from Bim. Stays on 39. At what point do you think Jersey are going to start to get a little bit nervous here? Because yes, Nepal aren't going at a terrific rate. It's that reverse sweep. It's the shoulder of Dunford behind the stumps, and is no run.
I think at 2 points here, obviously once they get to 35 overs and they've not taken a wicket, but also from Nepal's point of view, they probably want to see a couple more batters get involved, so that they might look to sort of bump out Kushal and get another person in just to get some time in on the wicket. But it's set up nicely for T20 cricket, isn't it?
Certainly is. That's a good call. Greenwood in. Down the track comes Bim. Completely mistimes it as it's towed back towards the bowler. Greenwood again building up the dots. And we've seen quite an expansive attempt there from Bim. One ball left in the over. Single on the first balls, followed by 4 dot balls. This one's lofted up towards mid-off. Clatters into the thighs of groundsman Birrell. I think I've got to stop calling him groundsman Birrell because he's a very fine cricketer as well. Might call him cricketer Birrell. Anyway, 143 for 110, a good over from Greenwood.
Yeah, impressive over there from Greenwood. He's gone for 16 off his 3. It's been a good start. Bim seems to be the one where I think he's just starting to hold up one end. Maybe needs to start moving on. It's difficult in these conditions as the bowling change once again comes through, and Edwards comes back onto bowl here from the right end, in my opinion.
Yeah, he had 1 or 2 overs from this end, which weren't too much worse than the ones he's had from that end, but he's building up some good pressure before the change. Now he's back. Again, with the conventional drift that a leg spinner can get, the wind is helping it. But he's getting some good turn too. Now, I might have mentioned a little bit earlier a couple of pockets of blue sky that weren't actually there. There is now nothing at all. Not even a debate. The cloud remains high. It's slightly dense and grey though. Sweep shot from Bertel. Expertly put away. Running down the slope. It's going to be 4 runs added as he moves into the 80s. 82 now for Kushal. It's been that kind of day for him. I mean, I can't really think of a real chance. Yes, he slashed one to Jonty Jenner, which was incredibly tight. That's when he just moved past 50. There was one at the beginning of the day with Samaroa taking the shoulder of his bat, but other than those 2 moments, he's looked class. Punch with power out towards deep cover. Good stop in the end.
Yeah, and often at this level, unfortunately, them half chances you're going to have to convert. You don't often get full chances, and you're very lucky if you get them repeatedly. So half chances definitely you're going to have to convert from somewhere. And the Jersey squad have definitely got that. They're fantastic in the field. There's some great outfielders. So it'll be just a matter of time now.
Bowled him, bottom edge onto the stumps. Bim was looking to hit it over mid wicket, and it's the googly from Benjamin Ward which takes the wicket. A brilliant little spell of bowling. He's been brought back on from the end. He was enjoying a little bit earlier in his spell, and he's taken the wicket now. Bim Sharkey, who falls to 39 from 63 balls. He looked good at times, but also it felt like he was starting to absorb a little bit of pressure, and the breakthrough comes off the bowling of Benjamin Ward, and you've got to say, well deserved.
Absolutely well deserved. I've been very impressed with Benjamin Ward so far. Again, I think he's come on from the right end. He's ball that delivers, kept delivering. I mean, I think there's been a bit of an inside edge there. It's gone rattling onto the bottom of the stumps, the base of the stumps, and fully deserved from my point of view.
Skipper's next out, Rohit Patel, who wasn't too disheartened about losing the toss and being put into bat. I think he was pretty happy about that, actually, to be honest, in his interview at the toss. But the Jersey players is exactly what they needed, a little breakthrough. Now Rohit's an incredibly strong batter, coming in with plenty of experience.
Into the centre of the wicket, give some exposure. Captain's now in, because he was struggling a little bit there towards that passage of play, especially after drinks. Held up some crucial balls, and you could see the manner in which he was playing them shots in as well. He was just getting edgy as well.
Well, it's an interesting point for Paul to think about. He looks incredibly fluid at times, Bim Sharkey, but also at points, just as you say there, Kaz, at times just dried up, couldn't find a way to keep the scoreboard ticking. Benjamin Ward flicks a ball from right to left, now he's in. And that's a nice googly to start off with. Rohit reads it well. Starting off with the googly.
That's confidence. I mean, that's brilliant to see.
He hasn't missed a mark with that ball.
No, he hasn't. And again, impressive to see.
Ward lobs it up, and nice shot from Rohit, diving summer rower does the fielding. He covers a big area in there, doesn't he, Julius?
Yeah, he does. Big lad to get down, but he's done fantastically well. Great set of hands.
Driven in the air through cover. More work for Carline to do on the sweeping offside boundary. And that ends the over. 150 for two, I'm going to say. Maybe 149. We'll get some confirmation in a minute. We'll say 149 for two. So we look at the scorecard. Bim Sharkey, the last to go, on 39. 14 that over. Big wicket there for Jersey, which has caused the Nepal fans to get a little bit quieter.
Yeah, speaker's gone off on it. Claps have gone. But they'll be animated soon enough. They're a group of fans that normally throughout the day lively as Greenwood continues from this pavilion end, if that's what we're calling it.
I like it. Greenwood in. Turned into the leg side by Rohit, who moves to two. And there's the 150 for Nepal. Greenwood with a Dennis Lilly-like moustache. It's a very good piece of work there he's got. There's a change in the field. Up comes Birrell from long off to mid off. As Kushal continues his innings. in the calmly flat fashion he's played in throughout. 84 he moves on to.
Yeah, and what's impressive by him is the cricket intelligence that he's showing. Early doors didn't really get going, but then capitalised on in the middle period really, really well. Showed a flurry of explosive movement, boundaries, and also the touch element as well. So great cricket intelligence.
A gust of wind and rain causes the umpires to have a little look at each other. Rohit pushing with a back foot weight transfer. Upwards. Viral, he picks up and throws back in. If you feel he changes to the man who's slightly more set, the deep leg side field gets stocked up with men either side of square. Drag down from Greenwood is dropped into leg for no run. Nick Greenwood continuing his spell of bowling with similar patience. He's not going searching for a wicket, he's looking just to dry up the Nepalese batters.
Bowled.
And appreciation from his teammates as he closes out another good over. And Nepal said 152 for 2. The main man Kushal on 84, Rohit on 3. And another good over from Greenwood comes to an end.
Yeah, fantastic over there from Nick Greenwood there. 19 off 4 overs, only leaking 3 singles. Great area, good pace. As the rain starts to come in slowly.
It's consistent drizzle at the minute, and it's always made worse by a heavy gust. The clouds seem to be getting slightly lighter, but the rain is getting slightly heavier. We're going to continue here though, through Benjamin Ward with the breakthrough in the last over of Bim Sharkey. Very full into the toes of the Nepal skipper.
Ground staff have got it just about accurate, haven't they? They said there was going to be a little bit of something coming down around about 1 o'clock, and right on cue we have a little bit of something coming down at 1 o'clock. Chance.
Beautiful crunching stroke through point. Glorious. And the Nepal skipper. So often through that area have we seen runs today. Square of the wicket on the offside, slashed with power and time to perfection, skipping along the square, and it's 4 more.
Yeah, he's made that look really, really easy, hasn't he? Just over pitched slightly, allowed the batter just to sort of drive hard, gone past Jenner, who's not really moved at all, gone crashing to the boundary.
Cut shot, beats a diving Jenner, good stop in the end. One-handed stop. Ward now has the ball back in hand, using the towel to good effect. And here comes Ward again. Solid defence from Rohit. They look for a quick single. Good work from Jenner as he throws to the non-striker's end. The rain's getting quite a lot heavier now, but we're safe in the tent with a good bit of manoeuvring and certain gadgets. Umpires seem pretty keen to keep going out there though.
Not quite sure the players are though.
Especially not Patel, who sits on 85. I think he'd be pretty happy to go running in for an early lunch. As this one spins in through the gate. The googly has been bowled masterfully today by Benjamin Ward. Running back to the top of his mark now. Maybe he sees a potential break and play incoming. Ward bowls slightly more on a leg stump line, and the umpires I think are going to call a rain break here, signalling on the covers, which seem to be brought together by a tractor. As Grace Witherall from Jersey Women, the assistant groundkeeper, is running out to go and support with the cover application. But this gives us a nice time here to reflect here, Kaz. with 31 overs gone. Nepal's at 158 for 2. And Jersey, they should not be too disheartened, should they? Yes, a good batter in Kushal Patel has hit a magnificent 85 not out, but Jersey have bowled well enough to keep themselves in the game, and it's when you start adding a couple of wickets on, if that's 158 for 4 from 31 overs, all of a sudden Jersey are in a great position.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think just after the drinks, if you reflect back to the last break, I think what Jersey have done really... Nepal sort of took the 5 overs after drinks for me, and then since then it's all been Jersey. They've kept on the pressure. They've done really well. Interesting to see how these two batters are going to come back out after this rain break, but they've done really, really well. Really impressed by Jersey and really impressed by the bowlers that have come on to slow the game down a bit.
Well, thanks for that, Kazim. That's Kazim Ali you're listening to, previously head coach of Q8. I'm Charlie Harden. We're going to take a short break for the rain, or we hope it's short, as it's beginning to get a little bit brighter. But soon we'll be back, hopefully with some more cricket here at Grainville.
actually in front of backup point, if you like.